200 employees, so you are a large employer, and I'm curious your thoughts on the large employer Steve Wynn's remarks.
Well, I can grade them on style or substance. Where would you like me to start?
Well, you pick. Let's start with substance.
Okay, I'll go on substance. Steve Wynn is a smart guy. He's a smart guy, and he does have a very deep understanding of the economy. I think he's a fellow who's used to, he doesn't listen very well, he spouts a lot, expects everyone to salute. I think that this is an exercise in what Freud called the narcissism of petty differences. You know, you ever see two people who are very much alike, and you think they would like each other, but they're always squabbling with each other? That, to me, is the Republican and Democrats. They're actually much more similar than they are different. They both believe in central planning. Tax policy. I listened to, since you called this afternoon, I listened to that whole hour, or watched that whole hour show. You know, yes, on tax policy, President Obama is a tinkerer, and the Medicare, the Affordable Care Act is an example. 2,700 pages of tinkering. But you listen to Steve Wynn, and he's talking about, you know, how we fix education is you tinker with the tax code, you give teachers special tax rates if their students do this, you give them a tax credit for this, tax credit to make their bed. The only way to fix education is school vouchers. So to me, they're both an example of, there was a London School of Economics professor who talked about the tinkerers, the people who see the economy as a great big engine and they're going to go in with screwdrivers and tinker and try to fine-tune it. I'm afraid I think that the Democrats are guilty of that, but the Republicans are there. They have different constituencies they're trying to support.
All right, if we were talking a year from now, and assume two hypotheticals, first one, President Obama gets reelected, second one, Governor Romney wins the election. If we're talking about a year from now, are you going to, which presidency is going to likely, do you predict, are you likely to hire more people under?
Well, that's a tough one, because I think the right way to understand this is you go to a dentist and you say, I've got a toothache, and he gives you Novocaine. And you say, no, I got a cavity, and he just gives you Novocaine. I need a root canal, he gives you Novocaine. The Novocaine really started under George Bush, and you know, Novocaine's okay. When you got it, Novocaine's okay, but at some point you have to fix the problem. George Bush started it. Barack Obama has given bigger and bigger doses. I don't really see Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney's probably a better dentist and knows how to manage things and probably could fix things a little bit better. But all that I hear from either of them is just various forms of bigger and bigger doses of Novocaine and not fixing the structural institutional problems in our country. So at a superficial level, who gave more Novocaine is the one who's going to have supported more jobs, but neither of them are really talking, in my view, about the institutional reform that we need to have.
All right, 5 seconds. Who are you voting for? Don't you want to tell me? You don't have to tell me if I'm curious.
I write in Ron Paul. He's the only one who understands the Constitution and the benefits of a limited government.
All right, well, Ron Paul has a lot of supporters. I do know that. I get their email all the time. Patrick, thank you.
Thank you, Greta.
Coming up, Vice President Biden might